right, so for number 39, the reason music with a simple reoccurring rhythm exerts a strong primordial appeal. And if you don't know what primordial means, this is like kind of like beginning or like early. Oftentimes you talk about like with like primordial, like at the beginning of times or something. So a strong primordial appeal is that it reminds us of the womb environment. Okay, yeah, so let's talk about like when we're in the womb, why this has a strong primordial appeal. After all, so we're continuing on, the first sound heard within the womb is the comforting sound of the mother's regular heartbeat. So this is definitely going to be a premise. So, in taking away from the warmth and security of the womb, birth also takes away a primal and constant source of comfort. Thus, it is extremely natural that in seeking sensations of worth and security throughout life, people would be strongly drawn towards simple, reoccurring rhythmic sounds. So for this one, we're going to find our conclusion. A lot of people, when they're thinking about this, highlight the first sentence. The reason music with a simple recurring rhythm exerts a strong primordial appeal is that it reminds us of the womb environment, or it is extremely natural that in seeking sensations of warmth and security throughout life, people will be drawn towards simple recurring rhythmic sounds. Which one is being used to support the other? Um, so this second one here is actually going to be our subsidiary conclusion, because while we use all of this to support it, we then in turn the fact that like, hey, it's normal that we seek these sensations of warmth and security. And yeah, of course we would be drawn towards simple reoccurring rhythmic sounds. But this supports that, hey, this is why music that has these things remind us of the womb environment. So we use the fact like, hey, yeah, you would want that to support the fact that, hey, music, which is a kind of this thing that could cause it, allows it. So this is the main conclusion question. So A says the explanation of the strong primordial appeal of music with a simple reoccurring rhythm is that it reminds us of the womb environment. The explanation. So is the conclusion the explanation of the strong primordial appeal of music with a simple reoccurring rhythm is that it reminds us of the womb environment? I'm going to go ahead and leave A open. B says the comforting sound of the mother's regular heartbeat is the first sound that is heard inside the womb. No, that's support. So we're going to go ahead and cross B off. C says birth deprives us of a primal and constant source of comfort when it takes away the warmth and security of the womb. So B is just a fact. Like, yeah, it talks about this. Like, hey, when we take away from us, but so C is just going to be a premise. D says people seek a sensation of warmth and security throughout life because birth takes away the warmth and security of the womb. I think we say that it is extremely natural that when we do seek this, it says thus it is extremely natural that in seeking sensation and warmth and security, people would be strongly drawn towards simple reoccurring rhythmic sounds. But this doesn't mean that like while it might be true that we seek sensation of warmth because birth takes us away from warmth and security, that's just support for this idea that, hey, this is why music reminds us of the womb environment. And then E says the comforting sound of the mother's regular heartbeat is a simple reoccurring rhythmic sound. And so this one says the first sound within the womb is the comforting sound of the mother's regular heartbeat. That would have to be true. But while that, like the comforting sound of the mother's regular heartbeat is a simple reoccurring rhythmic sound, so it's not E because while that would have to be true and we could make that assumption, um, it our conclusion is more so that, hey, the reason that music that has this thing is good is it reminds us of the womb environment. And the fact that the mother's regular heartbeat is a simple reoccurring rhythm sound supports the fact of why music that has this thing reminds us of the womb environment. And so our answer is going to be A, even though that was really tricky. So I apologize for my delay on the answer. But it says the explanation of the strong primordial appeal of music with a simple recurring sound is that it reminds us of the womb environment, which is going to be our first sentence that we highlighted. And all of this is going to be used as support. So 39 is going to be A.